In our today's class, we'll discuss about the oxyanion of phosphorus. Oxyanion means oxyacid of phosphorus. Arsenic, antimony, bismuth are not required as per the syllabus. Here are the elementary information are there. You should go to different books for collection of materials. And my notes, whatever I have given in WhatsApp, that is also containing these kinds of information. Basically, the oxyanions are phosphorus species. It is in class 1 hypophosphite, class 3 phosphite, class 5 phosphate oxidation states. The existence of pH bond and the highly reducing character of the two lower oxidation states is notable. Phosphorus 5 also forms an extensive series of oxygen-based polyphosphates. White phosphorus disproportionates into phosphine and hypophosphite. This is hypophosphite in basic solution. The approximately tetrahedral environment of the phosphorus atom in their structure should be noted. All of the oxyacids bears tetrahedral environment of phosphorus ion. As should the existence of pH bonds in the hypophosphate and phosphate ions, whereas in lower oxidation state, one may be pH bond, and that pH bond is responsible for the reducing character of that particular hypophosphite or phosphate ions. The synthesis of various P3 oxoacids and oxoanions, including HPO3 2- and alkoxophosphanes, is conveniently performed by solvolysis of phosphorus 3 under mild condition. This is PCl3. If you carry out this in mild condition, we get different kinds of hypophosphite and phosphate ions. One of the commercial application of this lability, these are very labile. Lability is the use of PH2PO2- to reduce Ni2 plus aqueous solution and so coat the surface with metallic nickel in the process called electrodeless plating. Basically, electroplating where electrode is not used. This reaction is important. And Foch diagram is not needed. Then condensed phosphate. Condensed phosphate means more than one phosphate condensed together by oxygen base. That means POP bond. These are basically for polynuclear oxidation of phosphorus. Phosphoric acid, whenever we treat dehydrate, we will get H4P2O7. Then H3PO4, H2O4 will give you H5P3O10. The simplest condensed phosphate is H4P2O7. The most commercially important condensed phosphate is the sodium salt of triacid. It is widely used in detergent and laundry dishwashers, and in the other cleansing products, and in water treatment. Polyphosphates are also used in various ceramics and food additives. Triphosphates such as adenosine ATP are of vital importance in biological systems. Here, this is the POP bond. Thus, it can continue to give you polyphosphate. A range of condensed phosphate occurs with chain lengths ranging from those based on 2 PO4 units to polyphosphates having chain length of several thousand units, like di, tri, tetra, and pentapolyphosphates have been isolated, but higher members of the series always contains the mixture. This is the chart. Sometimes this chart is also asked. The oxidation state of phosphorus in different. These are the oxyacids. These are the names. Sometimes names are also asked. Structure, you see, all of them is bearing tetrahedral moiety in their structure. This pH bond, higher the number of pH bond, higher is the reducing character. And one of the PO bond is, and what's the basicity? Number of OH atom, OH system in a oxyacid basicity. So if it is OH, then it will be basicity. It will be 1, like that. Like this is tetrabasic. Why tetrabasic? Because there are four OH ion, OH species here. And each of them contains at least one PO bonds. If NaH2PO4 is heated and the water vapor is allowed to escape, then the tricycloanion is formed. If this reaction is carried out in a closed system, the product is Madrell salts, a crystalline material that contains long set phosphate units, and the tetracycloanion is formed when P4O10 is treated with cold aqueous solution of NaOH and Na is CO. Many analogs of phosphorus oxygen compounds exist in nature, which the oxygen atom is replaced by the isolable Nr or NH group. Such compounds are known as phosphonitric compounds also. Other compounds exist in which OH or OR groups are replaced by isolable NH2 and NR2 groups. An example is PNMe2, analog of POMe whole 3. The cyclic phosphazine to dichlorides are good starting material for the preparation of more elaborate phosphazines. They are easily synthesized. This is known as phosphazine. They are separately detailed in the chapter inorganic chain being cages. Whereas Bonali madam will take this part, and I already sent the note via WhatsApp. It is a chlorocarbon. It is a chlorocarbon solvent. A chlorocarbon solvent, and the temperatures are near about 130 degrees centigrade for the cyclic trimer and tetramer. And when the trimer is heated about 290 degrees centigrade, it changes to polyphosphazines. This is needed as per exam is concerned. Tri and poly. Tri, tetra. A phosphorus nitrogen compound that was particularly useful in laboratory until its carcinogenic properties were recognized is the aprotic solvent hexamethyl polyphosphoramide. But this is carcinogenic in nature, that's why the use is minimized. This is some methods of preparation of phosphazines. Organometallic compounds are not needed as per syllabus. Bismuth is a basic thing about this group 15 elements. In our next class, we will go to group 16 elements, but lots of material has to be collected from different books, like Cotton Wilkinson, like JDB. You can go through the R. Sarkars also. If you collect the materials from these 3 books and along with this, whatever I sent through WhatsApp, this will be enough for this chapter. This is the basic introduction. Not much information is dealt in here, but just a bit of idea what kind of question is to come, what are the topics are more important for the exam. I have mentioned those things. But reactions. Reactions I means preparation of each of the oxides, oxyacids, then reaction of oxide, oxyacids, and structure of oxides and oxyacids of nitrogen and phosphorus, even halides and hydrides. All of them, because we have to need to know preparation, properties, structure of all the compounds that have been dealt in here, and collect those materials. In my notes, they are mostly available, but that is not updated for a long time, so you can update my notes by using different books or reference source you are having along with. In our next class, we will go to the sulfur compounds and all this.